On to race number 2 then, and the second on the programme. We're straight onto the all-weather here. Class 5 over the 1,800 metres, headed by Me Blanco, who drops into Class 5 for the first time. Happy Beauty was a winner on the all-weather, but he goes up to the 1,800 metres. A-Star Lester gets a low draw. Glenelg Prize gets a wide draw. Barrier 13 with Joe Moreira in the saddle. Hall of Fame, all-weather for the first time for him. Happy Friendship won at Happy Valley a couple of starts back. Empire of Mongolia, third on the surface last time out. Gentleman, of course, and distance winner last season. And Supernatural, start number 30. He tries the all-weather for the first time.
Yeah, off his rating of 8. I'm thinking Happy Friendship potentially could find the front. Gentleman's another horse possibly to lead. He did lead last start. And then of the others, where do we go? I think Happy Beauty's the other one. We do remember, or I know Paul recalls him running well when he went to the front on the all-weather earlier on in the season at a decent price, and he tipped him.
Yeah, here's Me Blanco. He's been downgraded. You can see he's just pushed out in the middle stage of his gallop, and then he was pulled up at the winning post. So he did respond nicely when they asked him to. He's a fit horse. He's been downgraded. Gear change for him. The visor comes off and the hood goes on. City winner. He's only a little chap, but he runs okay. He's still a maiden from his 19 starts. He'll get back. He'll be running on. The blinkers will come off him, and they'll put the hood on as well, just over this 1,800 metre trip for this horse. So another one I thought I'd show with a little gear change. Here is Happy Friendship. Now, he's likely to go the front and try and lead all the way. This horse, he has done that before, and he's pretty keen. I just thought I'd show you this because he's quite keen, and you know, they'll let him go and let him run along. So that might just put a little bit more pace into this race.
All right, there's a possible leader there. Happy Friendship, Tommy Berry in the saddle. Let's have a look at Me Blanco in action. Here finishing 6th back at the end of February. This was in Class 4 company though.
I actually tipped him on this occasion off the back of his third behind Elusive State and his second behind Happy Star. But I was just a little bit disappointed in how he found the line at 1,800 metres. But having said that, now he's going to take on the easier competition at the distance. So he did battle on okay, but I've got him in as the danger, but I'll tip against him to win. I know Paul's going to stick with him.
Yeah, I'll stick with him. I just think he's well placed in this, down into Class 5 and the dirt, and he's bred for the 1,800 metres. He did hit the line okay.
He looked to be a little bit intimidated when Crown Master went past him, and then when he got past him, he sort of got going again. So he's hard to leave out, but I'll tip against him.
Yeah, I've got in the numbers, but not on a win line. A few coming out of this race. Empire of Mongolia fared best, finishing in 3rd spot. This is behind Victory Follow Me, and it was his best effort on the surface so far.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad run from him. And then Glenelg Prize, he's probably the one I'm going to take out of this. Joe Moreira is jumping back aboard and does know the horse quite well. He's not going to have to get back and run on a little bit. But it was a good run from Empire Mongolia as well. He wasn't too far away.
I'm going to take Happy Beauty out of this. He was drawn wide. He covered a lot of ground. That's him weakening, capitulating out the back. But I think with Matthew Poon aboard from 7, he could potentially head forward with Happy Friendship. I liked his win following that on the turf. And then I thought he ran quite well behind Flying Noble at his last start, so I'm going to side with him.
All right, OK. Spicy Double tries the dirt for the first time on race day. But he has trialled OK in the past on it?
Yeah, you can see him. It was a bit of a quieter trial here. Back to 7. Cheek pieces will come off. Pacifier goes on. Barrier 3. Here's by Rip Van Winkle, and we've seen that progeny go OK on the surface before, but I'd rather just see him go around.
Same. I think Frankie Laws sort of looked at what's happened lately. He's had 3 runs at the Valley, 2 at 1650, 1 at 1,800. He hasn't quite been good enough. He then took him to Sha Tin. Now he's trying the dirt, just trying to get something out of him, extract another win possibly, but not for me.
All right, OK. So Me Blanco for you, Paul?
Yeah, I like Me Blanco. I think he's, he's better than Class 5, and he has run well in Class 4 before. Happy Beauty, I agree with Brett, taking him out of that race as well. The only little question mark I've got with him is the 1,800, but I think he'll run well. Glenelg Prize will go nicely, and Happy Friendship. We know that the front runners can be suited by the all-weather. So 1, 2, 5 and 8, but 1 to win. He's currently 5.20. It's another good open race.
I've got the same cue. I just went the other way. 2 to beat 1. I think if you can snare the first double, the first race 1 into race 2, or a little all up or something, you'll be pretty happy with yourself going into the third, that's for sure. 2 to beat 1, then 8 Happy Friendship, who I think is actually on his best surface on the all-weather. And Gentleman will be up on the pace, and I think he might stick on. I'm going to play a trio. I'll bank of the 2, and I'll throw in the 3 double point as well, because a win from him earlier on in the season was outstanding, and he was ridden by Joe in a recent trial and ran second.
All right, I'm going to go with Happy Friendship. I think from the front might well be able to dictate. 2 races down then. Race 3's next race. We're back on the turf, but we stay over the 1,800 metres.